Hey guys, Robert Roy from Wealth Builders HQ. If you're a trader or want to become one, you probably are familiar with technical indicators. In this video, I'm going to show you what my must-have technical indicators are. So we talk about technical indicators. There are well over 100 indicators out there, and that's just as primaries. There are people that have modified them slightly to make them their own and change the name, which gives us tens, if not thousands, of indicators that are potentially out there for you to use. How do you kind of swim through the mess and find the ones that work best for you? What I want to do is point out some of the ones that are important to me and talk a little bit about how and where I use each of those indicators. So let's go ahead and do that. So basically, I've broken my indicators down from my trading systems into three different categories. The first one is candidate selection. What do I need to use to find candidates that I might like to trade? The first one, most of you are probably using it, is volume. How many shares a day at minimum does a stock need to trade? Now you can do an average daily volume. If you were doing that, I would do 3 or 5 days, not 3 to 5, 3 or 5, not 4, not a primary number that we should be looking at for other reasons that we'll explain in another video. But 3 days or 5 days, for me, are the ones that I use. You could use 2.5 if you'd like. I don't know the value, but you could. How many shares are you looking to trade? For me, it's at least 1 million shares. That's what I want to see. With as active as the market is today, 1 million is nothing. There are penny stocks that trade 1 million shares a day. Get stocks that have some very high volume to them. The reason we want to have higher number of volume, whether you choose 500,000 or 10 million shares, is more volume means there's more activity. There's less opportunity that you will be taken advantage of. People are focused on that stock. The market maker is not playing games in the algorithm and pricing. So you just want to make sure that you have enough volume on your stock. All right, now, Wilder's average true range is one that many people are not familiar with. Now, there's average true range and Wilder's average true range. I like Wilder's. Wilder's incorporates today's opening price, where average true range does not. Okay? So what we're looking at here is, what does that stock do? How does it move? How does it function on a day-to-day basis? In other words, what's the average that the position moves, the stock moves per day for the last X days, right? And that is where most people miss, right? Well, I heard, somebody told me that I should be looking at XYZ stock today. Why? It only moves 50 cents a day. What am I doing? It's not enough movement for me. The difference of the bid-ask spread on the options will wipe me out alone just there. So I want to make sure I have enough movement in my position. How much can it move in a day? If you look at an Apple who moves $18, $20 a day, or an Amazon that could move $100 a day, or a Ford that might move 30 cents a day. Right? Now, you may not be able to trade Amazon because of price, or Apple, and Ford, maybe you can afford it, but you've got to ask yourself, is that really the stock I want to trade? Wilder's average true range helps me to incorporate in my position and my strategy, is this one for me or not? Right now, I've got primary indicators are next. So the very first primary indicator is price. Well, Rob, what does price mean? Fibonacci, pivot points, harmonic price indicators. If you look at it that way, harmonically. You've got other price indicators such as support and resistance, recent swing lows or highs. You've got $100 price points. Just that 100, 200, 500 level are key levels. They're psychological. People say, oh, we're getting up near 200. It's a psychological level. It's the same thing as you buying something in a store for $99.99 or $100. People look at $100 and go, wow, that's expensive. Where $99.99, psychologically, we feel that it's not as bad. Price is the same thing. People focus on those key price areas. Moving averages is another one. For me, that is a primary indicator. I have two primary indicators as far as moving averages go, and that's the 8 and the 21. Yes, they are exponential. Yes, they are harmonic numbers. Yes, they are an amazing indicator. Right? I've back-tested 4.5 million days of moving average crosses to determine that 8 and 21 is the best system for the way that I trade. My secondary indicators incorporate two indicators that are really one. In other words, they're not used separately. It's the ADX with the DMI plus and minus. ADX, average directional exchange. Basically what it tells us, is there enough momentum to take a directional trade? Doesn't tell me should I take a bullish trade. It doesn't tell me should I take a bearish trade. It tells me that I should consider taking a trade. The DMI plus or minus helps me to understand the best way to take that trade. It's a great indicator set to help you understand, is the market moving this stock the way that I'd like to see it move, right? And there's a lot of details behind the ADX and the DMI, and it's secondary to me, but it's a great indicator to say, okay, wait, I'm looking at price, I'm looking at moving average, I need something else, right? This is it. This is the chocolate after having dinner, right? A little bit of chocolate cake or something after dinner. CCI is an oscillator. It's the commodity channel index. I use this in lieu of MACD or RSI. It's just another oscillator. I like patterns that you find on CCI. The reason I like it so much is it works extremely well, better than any other indicator that I use or have seen, to show me extreme overbought and oversold positions. It doesn't show me swings like it would on MACD from spring to summer to fall to winter. They're there, but they're more prominent on MACD. Here, it's more used for me anyway as the extremes. So if you want to add some of these indicators to your charts, go ahead and check out the video where I show you exactly how to set up my personal TradeStation desktop. Always remember, your chart doesn't have to look exactly like mine does for you to be successful. Just use one of my favorite acronyms, KISS. Keep it simple, silly, right? Or stupid, depending on who you're listening to. Here's the question of the day. Are there any technical indicators that you would like to learn more about? If so, put it down in the comment section below. Until next time, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it, and I will see you at the next video. Folks, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the training. If you did, please be sure to go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and go ahead and click the subscribe button to follow along with all of our great content. And be sure to ring the bell and keep up with our latest training videos. And click down below to see some of our greatest trading videos that we've got available just for you.